Ladies and gentlemen, Tattoo Avance here, and welcome to a news update. Now, last night, or very early hours of the morning for me, we had the CitizenCon presentation by Star Citizen. In today's video, I'm going to highlight the key points that I picked up from the presentation, and at the end of the video, we'll also see the main part of the presentation, which is the demonstration of V2 of landing. The presentation started off by going into some detail talking about the new Organization 2.0, or Spectrum as it's known as. This will bring in-game chat, that's text chat, and also the forum engine will be updated to more a organization sort of community forum. This will also bring voice chat. The voice chat will work inside of the game clearly, and it also will work outside of the game as well, which sort of makes sense really. We saw a small update from Squadron 42. There was no sort of visuals. It was more on the lines of documenting and showing what's actually been done so far and what we can sort of expect. 2.6 has been released to the early testers, the advocates. What Star Citizen have done that is they've actually pushed the 2.6 release to the 2.5 release so they can test it out. As far as I'm aware, it's not fully featured, but can't be sure because unfortunately, I'm not one of them. We also got a little bit more information regarding Star Marine. We now know that there's a 4v4 mode and a 12v12. Nothing's changed with the maps, they're the same as the original ones we were scoped with. Moving on to other patches that are coming later, we're already aware of what's going to be in 3.0, expected to be December, January, February or March, probably one of them dates, all depending on when they get it done. For the people that don't know this already, in 3.0, we're going to be seeing trading, which is cargo, piracy and bounty hunting. And the new news is we got some information on 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 and 4.0. So I'll tell you what we can expect to see in each one. The first one is 3.1. This will bring in mining, processing, refueling and escorting. 3.2 will bring in salvage and repair. 3.3 will bring in farming, rescuing, and also some super cool ships, guys. In 3.3, we're going to see the Carrack, the Merchantman, and the 890 jump. That's going to be a long way down the line, though, guys. And then from 3.3, it jumps to 4.0. This will include traveling to different systems, exploration and discovery, science and research. So that's going to be a long time down the road, but that sort of finalizes basically all the mechanics in the game, and I've no doubt along the way amongst these patches there will be micro patches on top of that as well, resolving bugs and issues that might arise in the game. Now, just after the presentation we got a demonstration on how the planets are built and what tools they have to build these planets, and in quite a short period of time, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, they managed to place some water down with a landing zone that didn't clip, looked like it was always there. I think the point of the demonstration is to prove that the tech that they've got gives them the ability to build out these planets pretty quickly, guys, by the looks of it. So any doubt that we had in the past of how they're going to build all these planetary locations, well, that's sort of identified how they're going to do it. And not only that, it does clear up the timescale thing because it's clearly going to be possible with that tech they've got. And the final thing on the agenda, guys, is the demo which we got, which was nearing the end of the presentation. This demonstrates V2 of the planet side landing. We now have some foliage. The graphics and fidelity look are much better. We've also seen weather effects, and finally we saw a killer worm as well, a sandworm, which I thought was really cool. There were a few bugs nearing the end, but it wasn't the end of the world, I suppose. Keep into consideration, this is running direct from the engine. One thing a lot of people did observe while the demonstration was actually running was the frame rate. The frame rate was good, between 60 and sometimes even went up to 80. Yeah, I agree, guys, they could be running 3 Titans for all we know, but hey, it looks promising anyway. It looks like they've ironed out a lot of the FPS issues in that version over our current version. Now, the final thing on the agenda today, guys, I'm going to let the demo run at the end for the people that didn't see it. I'm so pleased with what I've seen, guys. It looks really cool. I believe that this is really setting the foundations for all the other patches with the core mechanics, because once they've got that base foundation there, like I've just explained with the upcoming patches, we'll then see all the roles and the actual core gameplay come into play. Don't get me wrong, guys, I love the ships, can't wait to see the Carrack, but at the end of the day, core mechanics is going to keep us here playing the game. So I'm really excited. Looks really cool. Enjoy the video. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, guys.
They missed it. Yeah. He actually says, hello, CitizenCon, but you guys are all laughing when you saw the guy. Alright. Here we are in our Constellation Aquila. There's some contrails. So we're heading towards the distress beacon. So the idea with this would be that, you know, you potentially could get a mission where you get a distress beacon and you're going to find out on, you know, in this particular case, this planet. So we're heading towards it. So I think this is telling us the atmospheric conditions are unsafe. And one of the key gameplay things we want to do on, because obviously the planetary tech is going to allow us to have a whole bunch of play areas we don't normally have, is to encourage players not to always, you know, maybe you can't always fly there. Maybe you have to get out and use your rover, for instance, which you have in Aquila. So it's fine. Let's go find a landing zone that's on the edge of the desert plain. if you notice a little compression there. We've been working on that thing for the... I know it's a small thing, but I always want to have the landing gear compressed when you land. Right, so we're going to head out to do some exploring and the armor on. All right, let's get us out. Let's be nice and tidy, close the locker up, and then grab our gun just in case there's some hostiles out there. I mean, but this is kind of an example, like for instance, you shouldn't be able to sort of sit in heavy armor flying a ship. Maybe you're in your flight suit and then you go and equip your armor or your EVA suit when you need to go outside and do stuff. And so you sort of want to make it quite immersive and have different reasons to be equipping and using different stuff. So if you notice, this is the actor that we had that was in People to Planet. He's actually in Squadron 42. He plays a character called Joachim Steiger. Let's go and see the distress beacons about almost 3 kilometers away over there. We get our little scope out. All right, so let's figure out how to get there since we can't fly. So handily, we've got the Constellation Killer. So we have a rover. So you know. You saw the Constellation Killer commercial a while ago. We are now doing this in game, in real time. Awesome. All right. And unlike, all those mountains we see, if we have the time, we don't here, but I'm sure when you guys get on Park Planets V2, there will be lots of videos where people walk all the way around the planet, or they go to the mountain they see in the distance, because that is not a skybox, that is actually the proper mountains and geometry that's all there, everywhere. And that's actually the liberating thing with this tech, is when you build a planet on a planetary scale at this level of detail, and of course you can see up close that it looks like what you see at Battlefield 1, for instance, in the desert, sort of Lawrence Arabia and stuff. But of course it's all at a global scale, the whole planet. And we have different ecosystems, obviously, we've flown through, so we flew over oceans, we flew over sort of grasslands or forest, or over through mountains, and now we're sort of at the edge of a desert and approaching a desert. Looks like someone didn't heed the atmospheric unsafe flight warning. If we take a look back here, you can sort of see where we came from, about 2.5 kilometers back there. And so we're heading past this rock out, this sort of canyon walls to head to the distress beacon. Check out something else we had here. A little bit of breadcrumbs. Orpheus Horizon, Javelin class. Wonder where that came from. All right, let's carry on. See if there's anyone around. I'm gonna head that way to get to the distress beacon. The music changing here is all part of the dynamic music logic system. So it'll start to calm down now that the combat's over. Right, so that's, well, we lost our rover, that's not so good. That's where the distress beacon's coming from. Was a trap. Alright, let's see what we got around here. Conveniently, some sand nomad dragonflies. Had our shot moment. Here we go. Right, we got one. We got another distress speaker we blinked to, so let's go look for that. And remember, we came all the way down from planet, all the way down here, and we're down driving around in this level of detail. So that's kind of a big testimony to what the Proc Planet V2 stuff does, and the tools it's given the artists to. This looks amazing. You wouldn't think that's at a global scale. One more escape pod, which we linked to when we activated the other escape pod speaker. So Vince, by the way, Vince is our lead QA in Los Angeles. He's a much better pilot than me. So you should give him your appreciation. Otherwise, you'd have me crashing into things. And if you see up there, that's the space station. And if you look closer, you can actually see the rings slowly rotate. But that is the space station we flew past on the way down. And that's kind of what the sort of tech and the 64-bit precision for positional space gives you. We just can have this dynamic range of scale that I don't think any other game has. So all this up-close detail at this level, at as high-quality first person as you see in any other game, but on a global or a planetary or even star system scale. Right, so Orpheus, Horizon, Black Box. So we've now, between the two pods, triangulated to where the Black Box of the Orpheus Horizon is, which is the crashed spaceship. And hopefully we'll find it. Vince is undeterred by the impending sandstorm. But seriously, the sandstorm's an example of we want to have dynamic weather on the procedural planets, and we're working to have sort of a dynamic procedural weather system and things like sandstorms, hurricanes, various weather systems are all things that will model onto the planets that will add additional sort of drama and challenges for when you're adventuring and playing around. Alright, let's go check out these wreckages. Maybe dangerous out in the desert, who knows? That looks like the Orpheus Horizon in the desert. But we're just gonna do it! And go out there. Yeah, I know, I gotta memorize that whole speech. There. So we showed you a crash Starfarer, this is a crash Javelin. Okay, well, we'll just pop off here. Still about 200 meters away. And check out how we're going. Second. Looks like there's a sad nomad. So should we shoot him? Alright. Oh! Nice shot. Yeah. Vince got cocky. He's like on the move too. Sneak up behind him. Watching the incoming sandstorm. That looks like it's getting close. Okay, let's get out of here. Shit. Come on, hurry up, Vince. Go quick. Jump. almost lost our way in. Right, let's see here. That's where the black box is. Box would be. So let's see if let's find a way out. Where we were, the Connie up there, which is probably about, I think, 8 or 9 kilometers away. Maybe that's not such a good idea. How did it? Okay, that's the first time it's ever done that. But you get to see the pull-out twice now. How did it go to the console?